AITA for refusing to go to my best friend's wedding for replacing me as MOH. 8 months ago, my best friend of 5+ years, we'll call her Anna, 21, announced she was getting married and asked me, 21, to be her MOH. It was a no-brainer for me because we've been each other's best friends since middle school. We spent months looking at wedding dresses, bridesmaids' dresses, decorations, color schemes, going over the guest list, etc. At this point, everything was running smoothly, and we were on great terms. She let me know up front I'd have to pay for my dress and pitch in with money for everything. I knew money was tight for her and her fiancé, so I wanted to help, especially considering how close we were. Around 3 months until the wedding, we were at a get-together and were introduced to the GF of a friend of her fiancé and my BF. We'll call her Lynn. Anna seemed to click with Lynn immediately. They exchanged numbers and made plans to get coffee at a later date that same night. A week after the party, I'm on FT with Anna and she's basically gushing about Lynn. Going on about how cool and funny Lynn is, about her career, about all the places she's already traveled at 20, how it's such a small world because Lynn's mother works with her mother and Anna's cousin used to babysit Lynn's little sister. All I could do was listen as she went on and on, considering I had no connection with this girl. I was happy for her that she met someone she seemed to have such chemistry with. Not long after, I started noticing abnormal distance from Anna. If I texted, it was at least 6 hours before I got a response every time. Other than, "Girl, can't you text somebody back?" Once, I didn't bring it up and brushed it off as stress about everything involving her big day. I started noticing pictures of Lynn on her social media stories a lot. When she and I hung out, which wasn't much ADP, it was only to discuss wedding technicalities and what I would be contributing, financially or other. These times were also usually cut short due to a prior engagement she had with Lynn that she had to rush off to. At this point, the wedding was 2 weeks away. The morning of her bachelorette party, which I took the liberty of paying and throwing for her, something gave me the idea to ask if Lynn was going to be a bridesmaid. She looked at me as if she had some mad news to tell me. "I've been thinking about this for a while and I'm sorry I haven't told you sooner. I'm making Lynn my MOH. Obviously, I was pissed, but I took this news with a smile as to not ruin the day for her. Later that day at the party, I watched as Anna stood up with Lynn and introduced her as her MOH. Most everyone clapped, but a few of our friends looked at each other and then at me. Everything about this went through me, so I stormed out. I haven't seen Anna in 2 months or had a real conversation about what happened. I'm conflicted about whether or not I'm completely in the wrong. Please let me know your thoughts on this. Thanks. Update. A comment by Floyd18 made me realize something. If a person can be taken from me, they weren't meant to be in my life for the long term in the first place. I'm gonna take the high road here and use this as a life lesson. What she did really hurts, and I'm not exactly sure what to take from this experience yet. We've been best friends since middle school, and I'm so serious when I say she was never toxic through the entirety of our friendship. I appreciate everyone's input. If I could get some advice, if at all possible, on how to learn from this, that would be productive and helpful. I'd also like to add I'm 21 and moved to a town 3 hours away from my parents 1 year ago, so Reddit is my best option for input and advice right now. I'm trying my best to put myself out there and make connections, but making friends as an adult is harder than I thought. Advice on that alone too would be helpful. Thanks again, everyone.